Okay, I want to welcome everybody. Again, it's Mr. Denver and Mr. Glenn talking about common sense parenting. And I keep asking myself, where in the heck did it go? Well,
Amen, brother.
it's not around anymore. It's kids have all the rights and parents are jumping at their commands. And something is definitely wrong with that picture. And we're going to be talking about that through this recording every single week. Now, this next slide tells you what we're teaching. It all began with changing destructive adolescent behavior. Parents said, Bud, Roger, the co founders, why don't we have something for younger kids? Well, Loving Solutions came about. It's identical to changing destructive adolescent behavior with one exception. It's age appropriate for young families. They suggest 5 to 10 years of age, and I'm saying, heck no, five's too late to start. What do you say, Mr. Denver?
Absolutely. I mean, the younger you start redirecting bad behavior, the better off you'll be in the long run. And often people don't recognize it. They think that that early one, two, three behavior age is cute, and they go along with it and they laugh about it. But that child is being disrespectful, and you have to take the initiative to correct that behavior while they're that young. So I'm a fan of Loving Solution because of that very fact. You've got to start training your children early. The scripture says, train up a child and the way they should go. And this is what we're trying to push towards parents with younger children so that they won't have destructive adolescent behavior that we've been seeing in our schools in the last 30 or 40 years.
Absolutely. Let me talk about these two curriculums. Number one, when you have a adolescent, you better be tough, mama, because that kid more than likely is as big as you are. They are more ingrained in the behaviors that you're trying to change, and you're going to have a fight on your hands.
Oh, yeah.
And after 24 years of trying to help the parents with adolescents that are completely out of control, the parents are wore out. That's why we decided to go to Loving Solutions because honestly, guys, it's too late by the time these kids get to be an adolescent. Loving Solutions has a major problem too. What is that, Mr. Glenn? It takes a ton of patience
Oh, yeah.
because you're working with a child and they don't pick it up quickly. So it's practice and over, helping this young child understand when daddy says no, he means it. Like Mr. Denver said, there's no one, two, three counting crap. You
Mm-mm.
say it one time, the next time they disobey you, there's consequences coming immediately. That is how you train up a child to respect your authority without screaming, yelling, and arguing. So you can get this book. Just go to either one of these books. Go to the Parent Help Center. Well, let me back up. You can't get destructive adolescent behavior unless you go through the entire curriculum. That takes more time. Loving Solutions is a standalone program that you can purchase, but we've made it when you buy the book, you also get every unit coaching by me. I'm going to walk you through every step to train up a child in the way they should go. And that's what we want to do. Now, this next slide is absolutely why we're doing everything we're talking about. We've seen it. We know how hard it is once this kid's been doing it their way, once they've been calling the shots for 8, 10, 12 years, how hard it is. We're trying to yell as loud as we can from the rooftop. Parents, please don't wait any longer. That strong-willed kid is only going to get stronger. They're not going to ever change unless you coach them and teach them what you expect. Now,
So I don't know what to do. It's really hard because I'm exhausted. I'll let you come out when I don't hear you. Okay, you're not. You're hurting me, and I don't want to be in here. I gave you a chance.
Let me explain that. That particular slide came from the TV show. What the heck was she called? Well, I can't think of it off the top of my head. But the bottom line is that little girl slapped her mother, and they're wrestling on the floor trying to control a child. Well, how far do you think mama got with this little girl? She just kept getting tougher, more aggressive. And finally, mom had to get away from her to keep from being beat up by her little girl and lock the door. And the mother admitted she didn't know what to do. So based on what you just saw, Mr. Denver, from your, not only from the curriculum standpoint, but from your home environment with a lot of kids, what would you be doing to correct this? Well, number one, I know you. It would have never gotten to this point.
No, absolutely not. But when a child starts acting out like that, you have to certainly redirect them in ways that is appropriate for them. In other words, if they're falling down, kicking and screaming, you simply be calm. And that's really the appropriate thing for a parent to do, is to get calm, very calm, and just look at that child and stare them down. And then eventually they will wear themselves out from that. Long as they got a rise out of you, they'll keep right on doing it. But
They
the
are
moment,
looking for you to get upset. That's the
exactly,
button they want to push.
yes, so
And
they
what
can
I
have their
say
way.
all the
That's the
time,
first thing you want to do.
yeah. And then you say, if you think that behavior is going to get you what you want, you're mistaken, young lady, and walk away. That child knew what she could do and get away with it. There was no doubt. She understood that mama had no control over her, and she made it very clear you didn't see it, but she slapped her in the face.
Yeah,
And I'm telling you, that's when mama got up and locked the door and left that child in that room. Well, we would call that a timeout, wouldn't you? Or a T spot, take everything away for a short period of time. You got to separate yourself, because as long as you are in front of that child is going to be in attack mode. They want to argue with you. They want to fight with you. The bottom line is you have to get away as quick as possible. And you tell this child, when you calm down, then we'll talk again. Hey, take as long as you want, honey. Mama loves you, but this behavior is totally unacceptable, and there's going to be consequences if this continues.
and Glenn, and I know for a fact, I have 3-year-old granddaughter, and I could tell her to go and do, and she understands exactly what I'm saying. So that
Mhm.
phrase you said for a 5 to 10-year-old, take as long as you want. When you calm down, we can go further,
Yeah,
and you walk away. And so those parents that say, oh, they don't understand it. Yes, they do. They really
mhm.
understand that. If my granddaughter at 3 can say, go over here, go there, they go back and forth, pick this up for me, grab that, clean up. 3, we're
Yeah,
talking 5 to 10-year-old. So
yeah.
what I'm saying is, the earlier you start with this redirection, the better off you'll be, even at 5, 6, and 7. So it
Takes a lot
works.
of patience, a
It
lot of
does.
patience.
And realize you're dealing with a child. Often, Glenn, I think parents put their children at the same level as them in understanding.
Yeah,
We've got to stop that. You cannot put that child on your level, because they're not on your level. They don't know what you know. They don't understand what you understand, but they do know authority when you assert yourself in that position, parents. That's important, that you assert yourself in that position. And you do that by remaining calm, having a plan, knowing exactly what you're going to do. And this is why Coach Glenn is so important. I call him Coach because that's what he is. For parents to help them accomplish peace in their home. And so when you have the book and you have a coach guiding you along, that is ultimately primary what you need to be successful. Because doing it alone is, this is why we create our support groups, so that parents don't feel alone and they think that they're the only one experiencing this. They're not. Many parents are experiencing this. So it's very important that you be a part of a group, be a part of some good, solid coaching that will help you accomplish gaining control of your home and putting peace back in your home.
Yeah, this video is from a TV show called The Nanny. She's an English lady that sometimes I wonder if she really does know what she's doing, but that's another story. But the bottom line, guys, I'm talking to the parents right now. When you lower yourself to that child's behavior and you're acting like that child, yelling and wrestling, and there's no way that child will ever respect somebody they don't look up to, someone they don't respect. And so that's why you cannot lose your temper and earn back the respect that you lost. And that's why we're dealing with this kind of behavior. This child has absolutely no respect for her mom's authority. None. Now, many times this little girl, she'll calm down to get what she wants. And that's another subject right there. How do you get her to calm down without screaming, yelling, arguing, and fighting? Well, number one, she's got her in a room by herself. And in the rest of this segment, this girl is literally trying to kick the door down. And she's barefooted. So she's not going to accomplish her task, but she's just acting out. So mom is holding the door shut, and she said, when you calm down, you can come out. Now, when she comes out, and she has calmed down, is it over? No way. There is going to be a consequence. You're going to beat the crap out of her. No, you're not. That'll get you put away. What do you mean put away? I'm talking about the Department of Children and Families. I'm talking about Child Protective Services. That doesn't work anymore. Your hands are tied. You better not use corporal punishment, because that little girl would go to school and say, my mama beat me. Oh, yeah. They will lie to get you in trouble, and they don't have a clue how bad the reputation they're giving the parents when they do those things. So the little girl comes out. She has to understand there's a consequence waiting. It's predetermined. We're not parenting out of the seat of our pants. As Mr. Denver said, we have a parenting plan. She does this, she gets that. She doesn't do this, she gets that. The bottom line is there has to be a consequence. The belt is not appropriate. This kid's too old, number one. But let me talk about corporal punishment. We're in Florida. I don't know where you are, but it is legal to use corporal punishment in Florida. But we don't want you to do that. If you start off with a toddler, there's nothing wrong with a switch. Nothing. Across those little legs, and you get them jumping up and down, they will calm down. But once they get to this size, they'll fight you to the death. You don't want to be dealing with a kid that is out of control at her age. And so the consequence, what do you think you would do? Well, we teach there's some kind of currency, something that this little girl likes that will cause her to do what she doesn't want to do. I don't know what it is, because every kid is different. I don't live in this home. This mother does. And we're going to teach every parent to be on the lookout for exactly what this kid wants to do. Hey, she may want to be going to a party this weekend at a cousin's house or a friend's house. Ooh, you think that might be currency enough? Don't know, but it could be. There's all kinds of things that you can control instead of trying to control the child. Strong-willed children do not want to be controlled. And yet, that's the only technique we know, trying to control the kid. Let me tell you something. If you could control kids, none of us would be talking right now. And yet we still keep trying to control kids.
I want to bring in if you ever give an acting out child what they want while they are acting out, then
Yep.
you just enabled that behavior to make the problem worse. And the
Yep.
kinder, gentler parenting process, which is nonsense, by the way, I challenge anybody who says otherwise, is really not the way to do that. If you give a child what they want, all you're doing is enabling that child to continue bad behavior and develop an entitlement mentality, which that's what's wrong with our children today. They're
Mhm.
developed an entitlement, like everybody owes them stuff and haven't earned anything. So do not give that child what they want until mom and dad get what they want.
Mhm.
If you don't do that, then you're going to create a big mess in your house, and your children will think you owe them everything when they have earned nothing.
They don't have a plan, Denver, but they know what worked.
Yeah.
They don't
They do.
get it
Keep going right back to that.
every time. And so we have to realize that these kids have one objective, and only one, to get what they want, and they don't care what they have to do to get it.
Yep.
If they get it, you've just rewarded their bad behavior, and you've literally empowered the child
Yeah.
to keep on acting out. You've got it. Well, with this particular family right here, if I were coaching them, this is exactly. Oh, by the way, you didn't see him, but Daddy was in this home. That's from what I could tell. That's about all Daddy was, is in the home. He wasn't parenting nobody.
Yeah.
In fact, when this mess started, he left it with his wife to deal with. Well, that's another story. But the family meeting has to take place. So this parent comes to us, these parents, and I'm going to do everything in my power to get Daddy on board, to get him to buy into supporting his wife. And we're going to set up clear boundaries, clear consequences, coupled with consistency and love and affection. We're going to tell that little girl right there, honey, Mom and Dad love you with all of our heart, but this behavior is unacceptable from now on. And you know what, honey? Mom and Dad's made a lot of mistakes. We really didn't know what to do and how to do it. But because we love you, we've now taken a parenting course to teach us how to be better parents. We're not going to argue with you anymore. We're not going to raise our temper anymore. We're going to tell you we love you, and we're going to love you in spite of the bad behavior, unconditionally. But from now on, every time you make a bad choice, acting out, throwing things, whatever it is, there's going to be serious consequences that you're not going to enjoy. Mr. Glenn, what exactly does that mean? Well, it's going to be boring and uncomfortable. It's not about punishment. That's the easy way to do it, guys. We want our kids to understand for every decision in life,
There's
going to be a consequence. And we want you to make good choices because we work very hard to give you the things that you need. But when you make bad choices, you're going to lose stuff that you like. You're going to lose stuff.
Glenn, what do you say to those parents who says, "Oh, they just made me mad. I can't help but get mad with them"?
Yeah.
What do you say to those
Well,
parents?
number one, they're lying and don't even know it.
Yeah.
They're
Can't
telling
nobody
me
control
things
you but
that I
you.
know for a fact that they can do. If, let's say, you're a manager in a company, you've got 15, 20 employees, 100 employees, whatever, and that employee acted out, would you be screaming and yelling at that employee? Would you be acting just like the employee? Heck no, you wouldn't. In fact, you'd get a grievance filed on you
Both will get
or get
fired.
fired. Absolutely. So the bottom line is, if you can control yourself at the work environment, you can control yourself at church. You can control yourself at home.
That's right,
There is
brother.
no doubt about it. You can do what you want to do. That is an absolute
right.
fact. And so when we model the behavior that we expect from our children, they're going to learn more by watching us than they'll ever learn by us talking to them. That's an absolute fact. And so we have our family meeting where most parents fail, and I've been doing this a long time, inconsistently enforcing the rules. I don't care. I can remember a mother, her daughter seemed to act out pretty much in the mornings when it was time to get out of the house and for her to go to work. That mother would say something like this: that's unacceptable. You know it and I know it, and there will be a consequence when we get home. And she would get a can of beans, a can of corn, whatever, and put it in the hallway to remind her when she gets home, there's a consequence to deal with. What could be the consequence? Absolutely no fun. None. No TV, nothing but schoolwork, isolation, boredom. No playing.
Or not you getting to eat what you want.
Yeah, absolutely.
You gotta
And
eat what mom and dad
by
give
the
you.
way, well, we'll get into some more ways of changing behavior without screaming, yelling, arguing, and fighting. But you are always in control of your behavior. It's hard. I know it is, because you're a creature of habit too. And
Yeah.
when
Aren't we
kid
all?
doesn't get what she wants, she's going to do what has worked in the past every single time, and you are no different. You're going to mess up. And when you do, you simply say, oh, golly, honey, I messed up. In fact, I know a dad who put himself on a restriction. Yep, I remember him just like it was yesterday. He was so determined to change his behavior in front of his kid that he put himself on a restriction. What was that? He stopped. He couldn't watch Monday Night Football. Yeah.
And his kid's in pre-med at Florida State
He's
now. Isn't he?
graduated now.
Yeah, he's graduated.
In
Wow.
Denver, you're not going to
That's
believe it.
impressive.
He texted me the other day. I didn't have his number in my phone, so I had no clue who it was. Mr. Glenn, I've just filled out an application and I put you down for a reference. What? Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Awesome.
We just laughed, Sheila and I. Yep. He wanted a reference.
I certainly would have been laughing. It
is funny. Absolutely. So we are talking about changing the behavior. How old do you think she is, Denver? 8?
Probably about 6 or 7.
Okay.
That little kid, probably about 6 or 7 years old.
No doubt. If you win the first couple battles decisively, she'll say, whoa, it's not worth it. I'm not going to do that again. And if you really figure out what her currency is, it could be gymnastics. It could be some kind of sports, soccer, whatever they enjoy. By the way, there ain't nothing off the table. You've got to nip this in the bud before it gets completely and totally out of control. Right now, this little girl is tough, but she ain't near as tough as she's going to be when she's 13 to 15.
And you said, Glenn, you said it right. There's nothing off the table. We teach parents to control everything in their house, not the child, but everything. Yeah. And reason why there's, everything's on the table because the currency for every child is different. Yeah. We had one kid, his currency was wearing shorts. Yeah. I mean, it's simple. I mean, if mom threatened to make him wear pants, he'd straighten up. I mean, so nothing.
It didn't matter how cold it was. He'd wear a jacket.
He wanted to wear shorts.
Yeah. And anytime we saw him wearing jeans, we knew he had messed up.
He had messed up.
Absolutely. And so there's a lot of techniques, guys, that we can teach you. But this is what I have to make clear. We can teach you until we're blue in the face. But if you're not coachable, if you haven't come to the table wanting peace in your home, wanting to never get to this point where kids are today, having no respect for authority in the home, in the classroom, I'm telling you, guys, this is something that is proactive instead of reactive parenting.
Yes.
Reactive parenting is the worst thing you can do. Responding to the negative behavior of a child is a waste of time. You got to be proactive and got to have a plan for everything they do. I don't know if there's another child in this story, but this is the only one that she was focusing on. But buddy, if there's two other kids in the picture, guess what they're doing?
Yeah. Learning from that
You
behavior.
better believe it. And if she's the oldest and there's siblings, younger siblings, they're learning. They're going to pick up everything because they're sitting there watching her get what she wants, acting out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My son, my oldest son, I told him, I said, "Yeah, son, you was my proving ground, and I had to be a little tougher on you." He said, "Yeah, I know, Dad," and he sees it now because he's a father of four himself. And said, "Yeah, Dad, I know you." Because I said, if I let you get away with it, then the other one's going to want to get away with it. So I had to be tough on you every time you mess up. They learn from your mess up. Essentially, for the most part, they learn that, just like they learn the bad stuff. They'll learn the good stuff too.
Absolutely.
We just got to make sure we're very consistent with that and don't let anything go. I think, Glenn, you said it absolutely best. You got to be consistent in this, and even when things are going well, still do exactly what you say you're going to do. That is key to long-term success, because the moment you got it right a couple of times and then you lay off a few other times. We've had parents in our support group, they just lay off because things are going well, and then all of a sudden the wheels come off the wagon. That behavior was brewing for its time. You just didn't see it happening until the wheels came off the wagon.
Absolutely.
Right?
Well, we're at our stopping point for one reason. I know you're busy, Mom. I know you've got to cook supper. I know Dad has things he's got to get done too. So we've put these in small segments, 30 minutes, trying to keep it right at that timeline. And if you've got time to watch the next 30 minutes and this segment has really got your attention, then you can watch it. But we know how busy you are today. And that's why we're coming to you through this YouTube channel and not asking you to come to us. We truly want to help you and to bless you. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Okay, guys, we're going to call it a day, and we will definitely be back with you next time. Have a good day.